There's Biggie.
Howdy.
There's the man that saved my life yet again today. How many times? I'll tell you what happened today. Of course, we need audio for this program, and I always say to Biggie, we need this, and this. You know, just barking demands on it. And he just comes in here and just poof, it just appears. So today, he said, well, you haven't given me the proper instruction on this, or this. And I said, well, you just saved me. Once again, you just saved me.
You just didn't send an email at all.
Didn't send him anything. He's like, don't you want this and that? Oh, yeah, that's right. I do. Yes. And thank you for saving me. Mm-hmm. Then, a moment ago, I called into Biggie. We need some Shakira music. There's a major breaking story with the artist Shakira. So we need it. And I call into Biggie, who's in here, and our equipment is, you know, the phone is messing up. So as soon as I call him, all I hear is, a buzz. And I say, Biggie, we need Shakira. And Biggie says, hello? What? Hello? And he can't even hear me. So I just turned to Christine and said, we're not going to have Shakira. Mm-hmm. We're just not going to have it.
Yeah.
And so
the story's just going to lay there.
So we're not going. This story about Shakira,
it needs her music.
It needs her music.
It demands her music.
Shakira is skipping out on some taxes. That's the issue.
A lot of taxes, apparently.
That's the story. Mm-hmm. And I said to Chris Demm, I said privately, if we don't have Shakira music, we're dead. We're dead in the water. And I can't get a message through to Biggie. I can't get it to him. So we walk in here 30 seconds before showtime, and Biggie says, I thought you might need some Shakira music to go along with that taxation story. And I just said, how many ways are you going to say?
He did it again.
How many ways? Remember when I accidentally...
I've put some hips don't lie for you.
It's unbelievable.
That's all you need.
It's unbelievable. I don't even know anything about Shakira, except she played the Super Bowl with J-Lo, and then in a documentary, J-Lo said, what's Shakira doing here next to me? That's all I know about
That is it.
So he saved... 3 years ago, I sent him an audio clip from the rapper, I forget her name, Cardi B. N-word all through it, just laced with the N-word.
Is that a gift? Oh, it was for work.
It's for work.
Okay. Hey, thought of you.
Here you go. Here's some Cardi B.
Weird.
Saw this and thought of you. No.
Because sometimes I'll do that. I'll
I
just hear a song or think of a song and just send the clip to a friend and say, hey, remember this?
That's exactly right.
No, this was work.
This was work. And I sent it to Biggie, and it had the N-word in it. I walked in the room before we go on our air, and Biggie said, by the way, I edited out the N-word from that Cardi B clip. And I said,
73 times.
The what?
Was the N-word in that? Oh, yeah. Just all over it. She just said, in. So at that moment, I knew that Biggie had saved my career and maybe my life. And yet, again today, he does it by getting Shakira, by getting all that other stuff we need without any fanfare. And what do I do to him? Just bark orders. Totally take him for granted. Mm-hmm. You know that.
And when he's not around, you poop all over him.
No, that's the truth.
I wasn't going to say that part of it.
Yeah, we know you though. Wonder how many days I'll miss this week.
Yesterday,
hey Biggie.
Saturday, I was texting him. I was texting Biggie about some very important things. We're playing Pyramid this week, and that's another thing. I'm so proud of Biggie. And I'll tell you why. In garbage time today, we're playing Pyramid. And all this week, we're playing Pyramid. Okay? Now, that hadn't been planned, but the last thing we said in here on Friday, I said, all right, what game y'all want to play next week? Biggie said, let's play Pyramid. And, you know, when we started playing Pyramid a few years ago, he was worthless at the game. He was horrible.
I hated it.
He hated the game. Look how much you've grown.
I know. I've come to embrace it.
Expert level.
Now he's a great player. He plays it. He wins it as much as he loses. And he's a fantastic. And so he wants to play it. Golly, you've come so far. Losing weight? Together, we've lost almost 80 pounds.
We have. Well, I don't know how you're doing.
You're over 80?
I lost 2 more pounds last week, so I'm at 78.
All right.
Oh, we're not quite at 80 then. If you're at 78, together we've lost 79 and a half pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
This guy is on fire. So, on Saturday, I thought of a fun way to play Pyramid later in the week. You know how sometimes we'll say these songs and the words in the category are the lyrics in the song. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like I say, the category is Hotel California, and all the words in the category are lyrics from Hotel California. Well, this week I wanted to do all songs Chris Demm hates.
I noticed I was left out of this chain.
Yeah, I just went to Biggie. And I said, hey, man, what are some songs Chris Demm hates? And he takes a while to get back. He comes back with a few.
Long list.
Yeah, there's
one especially.
There's one.
I always know one.
Oh, we both thought of that one. That one I already had. Mm-hmm. But he kept, he was delayed getting back to me. And I realized right in the middle of, oh, my gosh, it's his dog's birthday party.
Dog party.
Dog party. I said, are you having your dog party right now? He's like, yeah, I'm in the middle of my dog party. And I said,
there's people here.
I'm putting out crudité. Jesus.
I said, man, I am so sorry to bother you during your dog party. It was a dog's 10th birthday party, which, of course...
She had a great time.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, you're talking about me crapping all over you. I turned to my wife and said, you won't believe what Biggie's doing right now. I'm at a party for a dog. And, of course, my wife says, oh, what a great idea.
And you're writing pyramid games.
Yeah, I'm writing pyramid games.
A full rich weekend.
Said, here I am.
You should have never told her because you're in now.
I know. She wants it now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know how much she loves that dog. And she's like, oh, we should
do that?
We should have a party for our dog and invite people over. I said, you believe this mess? And my wife said, well, it's great that Biggie's having people over and he's re-entering society after such a long time away. And I said, yeah, I guess, but how stupid. You know, I just crap.
Just slag.
And she said, you really shouldn't say all these bad things about Biggie. Yeah, but
whatever.
Here I am typing out pyramid games. Just
under your shawl.
Under my shawl. That's exactly right now.
All wrapped up.
Freezing cold house on a 90-degree day. And yes, and I'll tell you this. This is the most exciting part of my day. Chris Demm came in, went to the bathroom, and reported back here in the office. He goes, the blue water's back in the toilet again. They've put the
Tidy Bowl man.
Tidy Bowl thing.
Somebody must be complaining of the smell again.
Maybe that, or we're having company this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I said, oh my gosh, really? I mean, it's about as exciting as it gets for me. Yeah. Oh, there's blue water in the toilet again? And then I told Chris Demm I'd have for him the things to look forward to in August. But there were none. There are no things.
Usually I can pick a few of them out.
Nothing really to look forward to.
As we enter August, it's just the month to me that's just, there's nothing.
Awful month.
There's no holidays.
Nope.
It's hot.
If you're a kid, I guess it's the end of summer.
Back to school.
I always hated August because it was back to school.
See the back to school sales and all.
Yeah. Already. All the ads are, it's time to go back to school, this kind of thing. So I think since I was a youth, that's when I learned to hate August, and it's just carried over.
Let me tell you what I told Chris Demm. I wish I had a birthday in August. Our friend Dave Aiken has a birthday in August. Took me 10 years to figure that out, but he has a birthday in August. My daughter has a birthday in August because then it's the only month of the year, as you said, without any kind of holiday. And it's back to school and all that stuff. And I thought, well, if you have a birthday, at least there's something a little bit special in August. And Chris Demm called me a child and said, that's as childish as anything. He said, live. Just live.
I want a special month. I want something special.
I want something special.
I want to circle a date in every one of my pages.
That's right.
On your paper calendar.
Because there's something in every month but August.
It's very rude.
And the only thing really to look forward to in August, I suppose, would be NFL preseason football, but it's such a tease.
Push.
What a tease. What a tease.
That's
not real. It's not real.
I saw yesterday people were saying, hey, 2 weeks till football because, the Hall of Fame game and whatnot. It's just,
And more now, starters don't even play at all in the preseason.
Yeah.
The Rams did that last year, and they didn't play their starters down in the preseason, and then they won the Super Bowl. So I bet more teams do it. I bet you see fewer and fewer names quarterbacks will play less and less in the preseason. So that's the biggest tease there is. Now, as much as I crap on Biggie when he's not around and then take him for granted, and then what do? Save my life.
He produces is what he does.
You produce your tail off. Then Chris Demm does this. He sends me articles that'll make me feel good. He's like, this ought to make you feel good today. I mean, that's what he does. He takes care of me. He just sent me this.
Well, this is the equivalent of my mom clipping out newspaper articles and mailing them to me.
I love it.
Which she used to do all the time.
I love this.
I think I find I do that all the time to various people.
I think it's great. He sends me an article and says, this will be of interest to you.
I'm sure Dave deletes them. You know how Dave is.
Probably. Dave sent me something last week, and we're very much into this about football, too. We're very into football uniforms. Chris Demm, Dave, and myself especially. We'll take a look at a new helmet and grade it.
Go over it.
All over the
top
place.
To bottom.
He sent me a photo of the Cleveland Browns helmet. And you know what the Browns helmet is? It's solid orange. So he says, they're going to do something this year in one game, and it's a white helmet with a picture of the orange helmet on the side. So it's a helmet on a helmet. Well, I go ranting and raving about it because it's awful. And I send it to everybody I know saying, can you believe this? And finally, somebody says, this is a satirical website. This is not a true wind-up. It's a wind-up. I said, Dave's winding me up. And somebody told me, whoever sent this to you is not your friend. They're winding you up.
Wait a second.
So I sit back to Dave and I said, this is not a real helmet. He said, well, I know that. This is,
fool.
You're totally winding me up. It's a picture of a helmet on a white helmet.
No team would do that.
What team would possibly do that? And I totally get into uniforms. So I sat and studied it for a while. I said, how stupid. And I rant and rave all about it.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe this.
That's right. That's how Dave winds me up. I reported yesterday, as soon as I heard, Bill Russell had passed away. We have a stirring obituary coming up, but not in this hour. It's too good. It's on the grid for later. Bill Russell, man of Chris Demm's youth, won 11 titles with Boston in 12 years. I mean, an amazing player and a wonderful human being by all accounts. So he passes. I say, we've lost Bill Russell, 88. And Dave says, was he number 88? I said, no, Dave, you're winding me up. Now I had to look up his number. He's number 6.
No, he was not number 88.
You're winding me up.
I was trying to take a little afternoon snooze, and you all were going back and forth. No, he wasn't 88. Are you sure? Yeah.
Number 6.
Phones. Ba-ding, ba-ding.
The great Bill Russell passed. Chris Demm reminded me, he did some broadcasting too. He was a coach and, of course, a player. Great defensive specialist. Rebounder. I mean, winner. Champion.
Just a
really
winner.
What he was. That's all he was, really. I mean, just an amazing guy. And Chris Demm reminded me he did do some broadcasting for CBS.
Yeah, I don't remember really seeing him play much, but my first real vivid memories of watching the NBA and Bill Russell being a part of it was when he was in the announcing booth.
That's right.
And for as amazing as he was on the court, off the court, he was just not that great.
Terrible broadcast.
Not many, it's two different skills. Not every athlete can transfer to the booth.
That's an interesting question. Who's the best athlete and great broadcaster? Who would be considered a great athlete and Frank Gifford was really great at both. And Gifford could do all of it, play-by-play, color commentary, and he was a good football player, Brady's going to wind up being in the booth somewhere soon. Fox already signed him. Will he be? Because Breeze was awful. Breeze was a terrible broadcaster.
Well, I was going to say, we just saw what happened with Drew Brees, and he's out already. Yeah. And I wonder, because they gave Brady, that massive 10-year contract, and I'm like, what if he sucks?
Yeah.
I mean, we just don't know.
He might.
You don't.
I mean, everybody wants Peyton Manning. He's done that little offshoot thing, which he's good at. Everybody likes that. Romo gets great.
Romo's okay.
But he's probably a better broadcaster than quarterback. Yeah. Although he was a good quarterback. He never won the Super Bowl or anything.
I like Chris Collinsworth camp. I know he's got a lot of haters, but
I never have liked him.
Yeah.
I've never liked him as a good football player, good broadcaster, I suppose. I'm not a huge fan of his. Aikman. I like Aikman.
Yeah, solid.
He's a solid broadcaster.
Beardorf.
Loved. Hall of Famer.
Merlin Olsen.
Phenomenal.
Was an outstanding broadcaster.
Phenomenal broadcaster.
From my youth.
And great lineman.
Yeah.
Merlin Olsen
all-pro.
was great. Well, Bill Russell, Kristen reminded me of this today. Bill Russell, they would say to him, what do the Celtics need to do here in the second half? And he would say,
well, they need to score more points.
And then the play-by-play guy who's so in awe of Russell would say, there's the Hall of Famer. Thanks, champ.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, his analysis was not as detailed as he didn't go inside the X's and O's.
No, he'd just say, "Well, they got to score more." There's the champ.
Thanks, champ.
Yeah. If this team shoots more, then the other team's going to have to try to stop them.
Thanks, champ.
That's why he's a Hall of Famer, folks.
11 rings.
Not enough fingers.
No.
Not enough fingers for rings.
Was he the last? They always say 2 as a player coach. Was he the last well-known player coach, too?
Had to be, right?
Yes.
I knew
player coach in the NBA.
There was somebody else that came along and did it, I think, but I don't think they won championships.
Well, he didn't. Did he win as a coach
it said
as well?
2 as a player coach.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't realize that.
Staggering.
Yeah, that is staggering. And then he went on and coached like the Sonics and some other team with limited success.
But he's a Boston deity.
He's on the Mount Rushmore of New England sports. I just had this conversation with New Hampshire Tim. Mm-hmm. He's on the, if you're picking the best 4 New England athletes of all time, it's Brady, it's Russell. I mean, and Bird. I think those 3. Mm-hmm. Well,
that's 2 Celtics.
That's 2 Celtics. Dang,
that's hard. We did this.
Then you have Ortiz. I just did that, and Bobby Orr's got to be on there. That's really tough. That's very difficult. Here's what Chris Demm did for me. Okay, you saved my life. And then Chris Demm clips articles and sends me, thought you might like this. Turns out, and he just shot, he knows I'm a pickleball player by trade. You know that.
Radio on the side.
That's right.
Weird that you've switched your title, but okay.
Wait till you see his next tax return. Occupation?
Pickleball.
Professional pickleballer.
Would they say the best athlete broadcaster? My name's got to be included in that mix. I mean, it's got to be.
What do you play? I play pickleball.
Well, it turns out Bill Gates has been playing pickleball for 50 years.
The Bill Gates,
Microsoft.
Got to be in the Mount Rushmore of computers.
I say he and Steve Jobs and Wozniak. Are those the 3? Wozniak, Jobs, and
probably.
Gates. And maybe, I don't know who else would be up there. But Paul Allen. I know at one point owned the Seahawks. Well, Bill Gates was talking about it.
I started playing pickleball more than 50 years ago. It's just easy to learn. People say that about lots of sports, but in the case of pickleball, it is true. It was completely localized to Seattle. So it's kind of stunning that 50 years after it's invented, it starts to take off and now has incredible momentum.
He says that he thought it was a local thing forever and would never go any farther than Seattle. He said his father knew the guy who invented it. The guy invented it for his kids when they were bored.
The adults were bored with the kids' toys.
Yeah, that's it.
And they had like this part of a badminton set and a ping pong
paddles. They were going to play badminton, but the net was down or something like that. So they just invented it in their driveway. And look at this. 50 years later, look where it is.
Fastest growing sport in America.
Yep, that's a fact. That's just the truth. I played this weekend. I don't want to talk about it. I won't. Because
last week you were all geared up. You were going to be pro this, and you were ready. And
I know
you got to play with some guys that you normally don't play with, which you thought helped. So I wondered how your weekend of pickling went.
Yeah, they mowed me down pretty good. And I met with the Diesel 6 a.m. yesterday to just work on a few things, skill set wise, trying to drill. Others started to show up about 8:30. We've been there for 2.5 hours, just sweating. That's what it takes.
I bet the perverts at the park hate you. I bet the guys that go meet in the woods are like, this used to be a nice park until the pickleballers started showing up. And look, now they're here all hours.
Do you envision them, Biggie, the pervs in the park with binoculars? No, they're just playing pickleball.
Yeah,
wait, one's taking his shirt off.
It's so true.
No, he's putting it back on. He's just putting on a dry one.
It's so
I used to know a car. When a car would pull in, I know they were coming for me. Now they'll zip right over the pickleball
It's
court.
so true. You're so right. I know that's what's happening. And then Chris Demm said to me, he sent me another article, said, I thought you might like this. This is something I think you might like. It was the story of a woman named Edna Shepard. She's 100, and she goes to the gym 5 times a week. And she said, my husband retired in the 80s when they were in their 60s. And she said, I told him we're not just going to sit around and do nothing. So she signed up for classes at what's called the Leisure Center, which is like a gym in their area. And she said, I started going 3 times a week. Now I'm up to 5 times a week. My husband passed away. But she says, I absolutely believe that movement is the key to life. I do push-up, sit-up, planks, barbell sets.
At 100?
Wow. 100, yeah.
Wow.
She does Tai Chi. She does aerobics. She does weight classes 3 days a week, and then cardio.
Amazing.
Every day. It's amazing. She says that because she believes movement is the key, she's not on too many medications, a little bit for blood pressure, but other than that, she does almost no medications. And she says she feels stronger now than when she was in her 80s, and she is at 100.
Really?
Yes, yes. But her
goals, going to tack that up on the fridge?
Oh, that's on my vision board like crazy.
Big time vision board stuff.
I want to be the oldest member of my gym all time.
Yeah.
I want to be the first to go 10,000 classes. That's what I'm looking for.
The centenarian pickleballer?
Yes, that's what I want to be. And Chris Demm knew that would touch my heart, so he sent it to me. That's what y'all do.
She's living your best life.
That's right. You know my vision board. Biggie knows my dreams. Biggie saves my life. And what do? Just talk crap about both of you all the time.
All the time, as much as possible.
I gave an earful to my wife. This Chris Demm's missing next Friday. I said, you won't believe he's going to be out next Friday.
You'll have to call Baby Shan.
Slacker. Totally.
You got 1 foot out the door.
I like that Chris Demm always misses Fridays, too, proving that he really does hate that rap.
Whatever it takes.
I thought Baby Shay's rap this past Friday.
I thought it was,
remarkable.
And Chris Demm has never wavered on that.
No, hates the rap. Even when you add music to it, he's like, this rap is no good.
Well, it's not on life support anymore, at least
there's that.
With the music.
It's stabilized now. It's still in critical condition, but it's stable. Yeah. Let's go with that. She says, move, this woman, 100 years old, she says, move as much as you possibly can, but know your body. Be in tune with your body. So when you have to take a rest day, you have to take a rest day. That's what she said.
Does she drink beer? Does she go to the pub and have a pint?
She doesn't say all that. She just said, mostly talking about exercise and movement. And she says she tries to eat healthy. And she says, on days I don't feel like working out, I still try to do something, just walk the track for a couple of laps, just to get out there. At age 100, that's pretty impressive.